elements may sound rare, but it is not actually. It is abundantly available. Its rarity comes from this fact that it is not equally distributed all across the world. As of now, China is the largest producer of rare earth elements, and that is not largely from within the Chinese territories. In fact, China is importing rare earth raw material from foreign nations, processing it, and the finished goods are being sold by China. So that brings us to today's topic of our discussion, that is, India was engaging with the Myanmarese government, whether the military government or the rebel groups, since December last year to acquire or at least test what is the total content of rare earth minerals in the rocks that are found in these areas. But after the engagement from 2024 December 2024 onwards, recently, because the military junta's crushing down on the rebel groups in these regions has been very intensified. As a consequence, they have specially targeted the rare earth reserves of these areas as well as the jade hubs in these areas, which has brought India's rare earth element projects in Myanmar's territory, certain territories, currently at stake. As our foreign minister has already stated, that India has a special China problem, and that also intensifies this problem, that China is already extracting rare earth elements from these territories. And India, of course, has tried to engage with the military government as well as the rebel groups in these territories to carry out extraction, or if not preliminary extraction. At a preliminary stage, we are also trying to test and find out what is the total content of rare earth in these rocks. So, in today's video, we will be delving into what are the current problems that India faces with respect to rare earth extraction, rare earth elements extraction from these Myanmarese territory. But before we delve into such discussions, I have an important update to make, that Legacy IS Academy is starting up with their new batch, that is the weekdays batch from 16th of October. As well as we are starting up with another weekend batch from 4th as well as 25th of October. For further details, you can call on the number that is mentioned below, that is 9606900004, or click on the link that is mentioned in the description box, or scan this QR code. Now, let us answer these questions one by one. Talking about these backgrounds, the background of this information, that India has signed an initial pact with the rebel groups in the Kachin state. Now, talking about the Kachin state, Myanmar's Kachin state is a global hub for rare earth minerals, and this is the region of the Kachin state. Within the Kachin state itself, Chipwi township and Momak township and Bhamo township, these three townships are largely responsible for generation of rare earth elements. In fact, because this is very close to the China boundary, so China also imports from these territories and processes it and sells it off from China. So that has made China a major exporter of rare earth elements. Now, KIA, this is the Kachin Independence Army. Kachin Independence Army has seized these territories. They had seized earlier Chipwe Pangwa mining belt from the Janta Aligned Forces. Now, who are Janta Aligned Forces? Janta Aligned Forces were fighting from the side of the military Janta. Military Janta in Myanmar is known as Tatmadaw. So, Tatmadaw, along with its aligned forces, were fighting against Kachin Independence Army, that's KIA. And KIA had seized these territories from the Janta Aligned Forces. These regions are bulk supplies of dysprosium and terbium. Now, what are these two? These two elements specially act as a very significant form of magnet, which is commonly used in renewable energy as well as in e-vehicles. Generation of renewable energy as well as e-vehicles, may we make use of these minerals, which are largely found in these two areas that have been seized by KIA from the military junta and its aligned forces. Now, Kachin leaders in December had provided Indian mining companies with rare earth samples. They gave us some samples to test. These were done in the very preliminary meetings, and their intention was to test that if they contain sufficient amount of rare earth minerals. They, in fact, also spoke about KIA with India, had also spoken about reviving the Stillwell Road. Now, Stillwell Road was one such road connecting Lido region of Assam and extending up to even China. This was largely made by US to help China, which was initially during the war was fighting against the Japanese forces. So this road was primarily built, made, this road is known as the Lido Road or the Stilwell Road on the basis of the officer who was responsible for this idea. So this road was connecting India, Myanmar and China, and largely was meant to help China because they were fighting against Japanese forces, and this road was built by USA. Now, KIA was actually intending that India should revive this road, Stilwell Road, so that at least between India and Myanmar we can develop certain kind of link. All of this was the discussion in December 2024. Now, as we discussed, by now that's close to September 2025, we do have this update that KIA is slowly and slowly losing out these territories, and the military junta, as we discussed, has intensified its actions against these rebel groups. So that brings our RE projects or rare earth element projects in Myanmar at stake. Now, apart from this, there are also certain challenges in extraction and transportation of rare earth elements from these territories. What are they? The first major problem is the difficult terrain. If we look at the location within which this is commonly found, the rare earth elements are commonly found, they have a direct connectivity to south because these are not mountainous areas, these are plain areas. But we are trying to bring these projects or these elements towards west, and that is where we will be encountering mountains. Within India also we have Naga, Mizo, Manipur hills. Within Myanmar also we have Arakan Yoma hills. So we have a range of mountains here which will block the direct transportation. So first major problem that India will encounter in bringing these minerals is the difficult terrain. But of course we have the pollution related concerns. For example, there is a river in Myanmar that has turned orange because of the mining extractions. Apart from this, India also limits in terms of the knowledge and the capacity to extract these rare earth elements. So once, even if these rare earth elements are, how do we, first of all, how do we extract is the problem. Once it is extracted, its processing is another problem that India is encountering. Additionally, of course, we have the Chinese presence because China would never be willing about this fact that India, under its nose, will be able to extract the territory. As we have discussed, that the areas wherein rare earth elements are found in Myanmar has a very close proximity to China. And of course, China would be unwilling that India should have access to these Kachin territories, especially because we are willing to diversify our rare earth elements, which is as of now largely located in China, and China monopolizes its production. So, the Chinese presence, if you talk about what is the total exports that China is carrying out with respect to rare earth mineral and what percentage of it is buying from Myanmar, or rather extracting it from Myanmar. So, 57% of the Chinese rare earth elements that China exports, all of that is imported from Myanmar itself. And last but not the least, the one major challenge in extraction and transportation is the rebel groups and the military junta, which are in conflict with each other, which is escalating the current problem of extraction. So, what are the government of India's efforts in extraction of these rare earth minerals? First of all, we are trying to develop a rail link. For example, Berabi Serang railway link, which we will be extending up to the last districts of Mizoram. So, we are trying to connect it to the last districts of Mizoram so that we will be able to fructify one ongoing project, that is the Kaladan multimodal transit transport project. But apart from this, there is another idea that we can link Kachin state to Moreh, because India already has an ongoing project connecting India, Myanmar, and Thailand, that is connecting Moreh to Mandalay. So that can be extended to connect it to the Kachin state also. Apart from this, the state-run as well as the private agencies such as India Rare Earth Limited or Midwest Advanced Materials Limited, both of them are engaged in extraction of these rare earth elements from the Kachin state. Last but not the least, India has given its unanimous support in the elections to be conducted in a free and fair manner, which is about to take place in Myanmar in this year's December. India has also extended support that we will be present if Myanmar would require any help to carry out this free and fair elections. These are India's engagement with with an intention to improve our relations with Myanmar so that we are assured of supply of rare earth minerals from the Kachin state. Now with that we come to the end of this topic. If you have any doubt, please do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much and all the very best.